everybody, it's Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, and we are here with a post-Halloween episode of Breaking Boxes. I am just back from a trip to Wilmington where I had the pleasure of visiting Cape Fear Games, and while I was there, I found that they had these fun Duskmourn House of Horror trick-or-treat bags, which was from what the employee was telling me is they had a chaos draft where they had these trick-or-treat bags done up with some packs on the inside, and they were selling the extra, and I was like, you know what, I've got to get me one of these bags. So I thought that this would make a kind of an interesting camera opening video. There's some random packs inside. I think they said there's at least one guaranteed collector booster. So don't know what set the collector booster is going to be from. Don't know what packs are going to be in here. So I thought that would be fun. If you are in the Wilmington, North Carolina area, go check out Cape Fear Games. It's one of my favorite game stores to go to when I am in the Wilmington area. They've got lots of great Magic products, lots of great dice, great board game selections there. Not a sponsor of the channel, but just a really fantastic local game store. So without further ado, let's get into this bad boy and see what we got in here. And we've got my Alexa device is responding to me talking. All right, so let's see what we got here. So Duskmourn House of Horror. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, choose one. Trick, create a treasure token, or treat, create a food token. That's kind of fun. So that must have been rules for the tournament that they were having. So I will stick this back in, and let's see what we got. So we've got Duskmourn, Duskmourn, Duskmourn. Okay. So a bunch of Duskmourn here. And then a Dominaria United set booster and a Mystery Booster Convention Edition. So that's kind of wild. So that's kind of awesome. So, oh, and this is a Dominaria Remastered Collector Booster. All right. So that's pretty good, I think. Nice little spread here of different boosters. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boosters that I got for $40. And you know, we've got the Dominaria Remastered booster, a collector booster, plus a mystery booster, which those are always fun to open. So when we return from the break, we will start cracking packs. And we are back, and as a thank you for hanging out with me, oh, and we have hit the camera. Let's see if we can't fix that. Okay, there we go. And as a thank you for hanging out with me during this episode of Breaking Boxes, I happen to have with me a couple of codes here for Magic the Arena. So these are available to the first people that claim these codes. So there you go. Leave these on screen for a minute or two. And there we go. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me while we crack these packs. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to save the Mystery Booster for last. We'll do the Collector, Dominaria Reunited, and then these Duskmourns. So here's my order. So let's get into them, starting with this pack of Duskmourn. And we've got an art card, a foil, Unwanted Remake, a land, right into a Screaming Nemesis, so a mythic card. Whenever Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. So that's pretty good. I've not had a chance to incorporate that into any decks yet. Into a Wicker Folk Thresher, a Greenhouse Rickety Gazebo, Patch Plaything, and a Baseball Bat. Into pack number 2. I'm interested in this Screaming Nemesis. I've not seen much gameplay with that. How about y'all? Have y'all had much gameplay with that? Here is the Everywhere Land token that goes with the new, I think they're the Overlords, the green Overlord that makes the Everywhere Land. So that's nice to have the actual token. I actually pulled one of him, so that will go with that guy. Conductive Machete into a Plains. And we've got a Balstrad Worm, 2 green and 3. Cannot be countered for a Trampling Haste 5/5. Delirium, 2 green and 2. Return Balstrad Worm from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only if there are 4 more card types from among cards in your graveyard and only as a sorcery. Into a Fear of Being Hunted, Glimmer Seeker, Defiled Crypt Cadaver Lab, and then into our commons. Alright. And I hope that everyone had a happy and safe Halloween as we start moving into the end of the year. Hard to believe we are getting close to that time of year. Put that over there. Sporogenic Infection into a Plains. Into Come Back Wrong, destroy target creature. If a creature card is put into a graveyard this way, return it to the battlefield under your control. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Very strong destroy creature spell. Into a Betrayer's Bargain. Veteran Survivor, Lionheart Glimmer, and a Cynical Loner. Into our commons. Alright, last pack of Duskmourn for this Trick or Treat bundle. Got our Doors. Into a Pyroclasm. Fancy Swamp. Into a Marvin Murderous Mimic. 2 for a 2/2 legendary artifact toy. Marvin Murderous Mimic has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. I mean, you could run this as a commander or stick it into a commander deck. I'd be interested to see how this would play out. I think could be some fun things that you could do with him. Into a Maddening Hex. This is a special guest card. 2 red and 1. Enchant player. Whenever enchanted player casts a non-creature spell, roll a d6. Maddening Hex deals damage to that player equal to the result. Then attach Maddening Hex to one of your opponent's chosen at random, so it will bounce around a little bit. So that's kind of fun. Fun way to spread some damage. Into a Violent Urge, Nowhere to Run, Growing Dread, and our commons. Alright, so that is the spread of Duskmourn cards that came with this Trick or Treat pack. So let's check out now Dominaria United. This came out, was that earlier this year, I guess? It was an okay set. Gave us Joda, I believe. which was a very strong, is a very strong commander. So let's see what we get. These are all of our commons. Ooh, just a couple. Into our uncommons, Knight of the Dusk Shadow, Love Song of Night and Day, Balmor Battle Mage Captain, Lagamus Hand of the Hatred, and then we've got our first rare of this set, Emperor Mihail II, 2 blue and 1, legendary creature, Merfolk Noble, 3/3. This is from one of the commander decks. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast Merfolk spells from the top of your library. When you cast a Merfolk spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token. All right. Namada Primeval Warden, black, green, and 2 with for a 3/4 tree folk with reach. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. When you do, create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. Pay green, sack a Saproling. Namada Primeval Warden gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Pay a black and 1, sack 2 Saprolings to draw a card. And then we also have a Johora, Ageless Innovator. Is it for a 2/3 Human Artificer? Tapper to put 2 Ingenuity counters on Johora, Ageless Innovator. And then you may put an artifact card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the number of Ingenuity counters on her. Alright. And then another In the Thrall to the Pit. And then we've also got a Soldier token. And now our collector booster, and this is Dominaria Remastered. I really didn't get to open much Dominaria Remastered. My local game shop only got a limited amount of Dominaria Remastered. And unfortunately, I was unable to score one of the booster boxes. So I've only been able to get a pack here or a pack there. So I'm very excited whenever I can snag a pack to open. So we've got an elephant token. It's also a cat token. Lieutenant Kurtar. 2 white and 1 for a bird soldier. Flying. Sack Lieutenant Kurtar. Exile target attacking creature. Gemstone Mine enters with 3 mining counters on it. Tap it to remove a mining counter to add 1 mana of any color. If there are no mining counters on it, sack it. Glory, 2 white and 3, flying. Pay 2 and a white. Choose a color. Creatures you control gain protection from the chosen color until end of turn. Activate only if Glory is in your graveyard, okay? And it is a 3/3. Nantuko Shade for 2 black for a 2/1. Pay a black. Nantuko Shade gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Then we have an Ornithopter. Let's see, these are some commons. Factor Fiction, okay. Then we've got a Plains. Turnabout, choose target artifact, creature, or land. Tap all untap permanents of the chosen type target player controls, or untap them, okay. Mishra's Factory. Terminal Moraine. Okay. These are just kind of all over the place. Remedy, Dragon Engine, and Giant Spider. Alright. So not too many big hits, I think, in that pack, but that's alright. And then finally, our Mystery Booster Convention exclusive, or excuse me, Convention Edition. So hopefully we'll get something good out of this pack. Let's see. If I can get into it. There we go. All right. Let's see. That's a common. Aven Sentry is a common. Gone Missing is a common. Vapor Snag is a common. Cabal Therapy is a common. White of Precinct 6 is a uncommon. Krinko's Enforcer is a common. Insolent Neonate is a common. Brood Hunter Worm is a common. Ivy Lane Denizen is a common. Woolly Thoktar. Red, green, and white for a 5/4. That is an uncommon. Scoured Barrens comes in tapped, gain a life. Ancient Ziggurat. Tap it to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Spend this to play creature spells. I like that. And then we have a Mythic Mastery. For a red and 3, exile target card that's an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, copy it, and you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Exile Mythic's Mastery. Or you can overload it for 3 red and 5. You may cast this spell for its overload cost. If you do, change its text by replacing all instances of target with each. So with that, you can exile each card that's an instant or sorcery from your graveyard and then cast it. Okay. Pretty powerful. And then our fun card is a Zyru Spectre, 2 black and 2. For flying, whenever this deals damage to an opponent, that player discards a card unless they challenge you. If challenged and you show them 2 black cards in your hand, they must discard 2 cards. And then there's a little graveyard there. Fluffy, the very hypnotic Spectre. That's funny. All right. Well, that is it. That is everything from our Duskmourn Trick or Treat box from Cape Fear Gaming out in Wilmington. Thank you again for hanging out with me as we open up these packs. As a thank you again, here are a couple of more Magic Arena codes. Just as a reminder, please go through and give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a follow. Hit the turn on your notifications so that you know when the next episodes drop on this channel. Be sure to check out all of our shows. We've got Breaking Boxes, which is this show. Then we also have War Council, where we do deck tech videos. Arena Antics, where I go in and I play Arena and just act like I know what I'm doing. And then a brand new series. We have just posted our first episode called Cardboard Review with Mike over at Polkadet on Whatnot, where we talk about upcoming sets and the cards in those sets. In the first episode, we review Secret Lair Marvel. That episode is up and streaming now on YouTube. Be sure to check out Mike's Whatnot channel. If you look at the description in that video, there is a link for you to subscribe to Whatnot if you've not already done so, and you can get a discount for signing up with his link. So be sure to check that out. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out with me once again. I'm Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, wishing everyone happy magicking. We'll see you next time.